Hello, everybody, and welcome to our partner showcase, Unlocking Literacy and Numeracy with Reach and Match. As you guys make your way in, we'd love to learn a little bit more about you, what you do, and where you're from. So we also have a poll question in there as well to understand if you have a Reach and Match kit or not. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll for you guys, and we would just love your engagement in the meantime. And then we'll go over those poll results after.
So Amanda, I can pause the recording when we give the code. Okay.
Okay, excellent. That's great.
Yeah.
So, and just so you guys know, after this, when we go over the poll results, we will also go into a little bit about the ground rules of this webinar and ACV REP credits. All right. Almost there, and I'm going to close the poll in a minute. All right, so I'm going to end the poll and share a little bit of the results with you guys so you know who the other participants kind of are in this webinar. So about 67% of you guys are teachers of students with visual impairments. We also have some low vision specialists, orientation and mobility specialists, vision rehabilitation specialists, and Braille transcriber in here as well. The majority of you guys are coming from the southwest of the US, about 29%. We have 14% of you guys coming from the southeast, some from the Midwest, a couple from Alaska and Hawaii, and some from a US territory. So welcome to this webinar. We are super excited that you're joining us today. And a lot of you guys heard about this webinar through the APH website or also an email from APH. So we're really glad that you guys joined, and of course, and through ACV REP credits. So we're excited to have this as a professional development course as well. And just for purposes of you guys knowing, if you already own a Reach and Match kit for Mandy, about 29% said yes, and about 71% of people who are here said they do not own a Reach and Match kit. So we have a couple of ground rules for this webinar. The first is, if you have any questions, please type your questions in the chat. We would love for you guys to engage with us, and that would be the best possible way for you guys to get your answers to the questions that you have, and then also for us to engage with you guys. The second thing is that we do have accessibility in this webinar, and that is available through closed captioning. So if you need that, then it is readily available for you. And the last thing is, while this is a partner showcase, there is professional development credit available. So in a moment, we're going to provide a code for you to claim the credit, and we're going to post that credit link in the chat, so you can go ahead and add that into your Hive courses to get that. So the opening code. All right. So the next thing is that I will be your host tonight. My name is Amanda Dennis, and I'm the engagement specialist here at APH. So I will be the host of this webinar for the next hour. And now I'd like to introduce you to Mandy. Mandy Lau is an award-winning designer with a background in industrial design, engineering, research, and special education. She's received prestigious awards such as Open IDEO, Global Education Challenge, Zero Project Award, Good Design Award, and Samsung Talents Award. Mandy is a Westpac Social Change Fellow of 2023 and Zero Project Scaling Solution Fellow 2024, focusing on promoting inclusion and accessibility in education. Mandy developed Reach and Match from her postgraduate research to address the challenges faced by children with blindness and low vision. Her innovative multisensory tools are designed to support literacy, cognitive skills, and social interaction, benefiting children with visual impairments and also other disabilities. The Reach and Match program is now supporting tens of thousands of children worldwide. So without further ado, Mandy, take it away.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for your introduction. And I'm just really happy to be here to meet you guys. And so today we are going to explore how Reach and Match unlock the literacy and numeracy skills in a fun and inclusive way for children with vision impairment and other disabilities. So to begin with, I would like to share the learning objectives with you guys. So first, I would like to give you an overview of the Reach and Match learning kits, highlight its key features and learning outcomes, and to identify the differences and share benefits between the Reach and Match and Reach and Match Lite. And the Lite is the new product, and to show how these kits can promote the literacy and numeracy, particularly through the use of alphabet tiles and number tiles, and to explore the practical application for classroom and therapy sessions, and also demonstrate how to integrate these tools into the expanded core curriculum. And finally, to illustrate how these adaptable tools to support the inclusive education for all learners. So for now, I just like to share a little bit about the background of the Reach and Match learning kits with you guys. And it's originated from my postgraduate research aimed at creating an educational tool for children with vision impairment, because I saw some key challenges in sensory integration, literacy, social interaction for children with blindness and low vision. For example, I was not able to see toys with Braille to encourage blind children to develop early Braille literacy. And also, I found that children with vision impairment, they were supported by a TVI or specialist, but they were still isolated in the social interactions and activities in the mainstream settings. So I was just wondering, how can we achieve true inclusion, and how true inclusion look like? Because this is really complex, and how can we bring this to children? So this was my vision, to create an inclusive education environment where children with and without disabilities, they can all learn together. And through these adaptable tools, we can make inclusion accessible and effective. And that is the design and development of the Reach and Match, which aims to translate the complex of inclusion into purposeful play. So the Reach and Match provides inclusive and multisensory experience for all children with all abilities, combining tactile, auditory, and visual activities. The kit is evidence-based, supported by rigorous research, and adaptable to different settings and also diverse cultural contexts. And it empowers children and educators through accessible training materials and enriching teaching methods. So I started the research actually over 12 years ago. It was a very long journey for me. And in the past decade, the Reach and Match has made a significant impact in the field of inclusive education in both developed and developing countries. For example, we have partnered with various children relief organizations such as UNICEF, World Vision, Save the Children, on different projects in early childhood development, education in emergencies, and school readiness program. So through these initiatives, we have supported tens of thousands of children, and our efforts has been recognized by 12 global awards, and we also received endorsement from the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And some of you already have the Reach and Match kits and you know about the components. So I'm just going to have a really quick summary about the parts and components. So the learning kits, as you can see in the images, it has 4 large double-sized sensory playmats One side has the distinctive patterns, and the other side has a recessive path, have the shapes of the pocket. And it also contains 26 braille and print alphabet tiles, contains 4 sounds. So you probably can hear that I'm shaking the different shape of the tiles that play different sounds. And it also has one zip run case in the middle of the mat and one portable bag, which can put everything nicely into the bag, and also has the activity menu include 7 learning outcomes and over 40 activities. And we also provide program videos and lesson plans as well. And we offer comprehensive training. So the training include the program videos such as 40 activity animations. They are short animations. Each includes about 2 to 3 minutes animation videos showing the game instructions, additional ideas, learning outcomes. Over 20 lesson plans includes the teacher strategies, evidence of learnings. We also offer online and in-person training to the teachers and therapists, and we have also developed a comprehensive set of monitoring and evaluation tools. So that is using the globally recognized standards in the inclusive education and pre-primary learning outcomes. So now I'm just really excited to introduce you. This is the new product. It's called Reach and Match Lite, and it's a more compact version of the original kit. The reason why we developed these kits was due to the serious shortage of service shortage for children with disabilities during the COVID-19, and also the increasing demand of a small class application and homeschooling. And lots of therapists and also teachers really want to have a more accessible, flexible, and portable tool to support the children with diverse needs. And that was the reason really pushed us to develop this compact version. And as you can see, this showing 2 images. The first image is showing a 3-year-old girl is playing on the Reach and Match in the square configurations, which showing the path size, and she's putting the tile into the circle pocket. And the second image is showing the mat in 3D configuration. A girl is in between 2 interlocking mats. So this is perfect for smaller space and also personalized learning environments, and making this ideal for home use, traveling, and also one-on-one therapy sessions. And the main difference between the original Reach and Match inclusive educational kits and the Lite is the size. And in these images, you can see the difference of the size. So when 4 mats combine, the original kit measures 1.6 times 1.6 meters, while the Lite version measures 1.2 times 1.2 meters, so which is about 3.93 times 3.93 feet. And let's compare the Lite and original. So the Lite is smaller, more compact, is suitable around 1 to 4 children, and the larger one is suitable for bigger groups, such as up to 8 children, or some games you can play with 10 children. So it depends on the age of the children and also whether we include adults as well. And the Lite is smaller, so it's portable and easier to carry, and it's really light. It's around 5.5 kilos. And the bigger one is less portable because it's bigger and it's heavier, so which is around 9.5 kilos. So it's suitable for stationary use in the classrooms. So in terms of the flexibility and versatility, the Lite is suitable for smaller space and personalized learning environments, and the original kit is suitable for creating a more extensive and interactive learning environment, such as schools. And in terms of the usage scenarios, the Lite is ideal for use in homes, traveling, one-on-one therapy sessions, and the original is best for schools, therapy centers, and other larger spaces. And both of the learning kits also share the same features and benefits. For example, they have the complete same components, the sensory mat, tiles, the one big round case, the one carrying bag, and activity menu. And in terms of the educational contents, they both have the comprehensive lesson plans, activity guide, or activities applicable to both kids. And for the number tiles and alphabet tiles, they both are the same size, and they can be they can be interchanged, so providing more flexibility and creativity in play. So both kids can use the same set of tiles, and both kids also catering for children with different disabilities, and both kids also has the highest quality materials, ensure the durability and safety, and both kits fulfill the international safety standards. So now I just give you an overview of our Reach and Match learning framework. So the Reach and Match program supports the 7 learning outcomes. So including literacy, cognitive skills, sensory integration, body concepts, orientation, and motor skills, language enrichment. Additionally, outcomes is social skills. And there are over 40 individual and group activities designed to enhance these critical areas. So each activity is adaptable with varying difficulty levels, specific learning outcomes, and detailed teacher strategies, so to effectively support the diverse needs of all children. And now let's look at the Reach and Match alphabet tiles. So the alphabet tiles are already included in the kits, but you can also purchase separately as a replacement. So for one set of the replacement, it has 26 braille and print alphabet tiles from A to Z. And we also have one zip bag for the storage, as you can see in the image. And for the benefits, you can consider to have additional tiles for the expanded play, such as children can learn about spelling, and also for group interaction. And the tiles provides a multi-sensory experience. It has 4 patterns, 4 shapes, 4 colors, and 4 different sounds. So you can brainstorm different ways to play with your children. And it includes both braille and print, so help children to learn the letters both visually and tactually. So it is suitable for using in classroom, therapy, and home settings. And I'm also really excited to share with you another new product, which is the number tiles. And for the number tiles, we have both the UEB and NIMIS versions. So for children with vision impairment to learn braille. And one set of the number tiles has 1 to 26 numbers, and also including a bag for the storage. And it also provides many benefits, such as supports young children develop the braille numeracy skills in both the UEB and NIMIS braille codes. And also it helps to engage multiple senses through tactile, visual, auditory elements, and help children develop counting skills, basic arithmetic, and number recognitions, and also designed in a way that you can suitable to use in multiple settings. So now I would like to give you just some examples for the alphabet tiles and number tiles for different difficulty levels. So for you to get an idea how you can apply in your classroom or in other settings. So game alphabet circle difficulty 1. So have the children sit in the circle and pass the tile around while the music plays. When the music stops, the children holding tile must say the letter on the tile. Second game is the letter order game, difficulty level 2. So the teacher provides the student 3 randomly chosen tiles and asks the student to arrange them into the correct alphabetical order. And for the memory game, difficulty level 3 stars. So using using 2 or more alphabets, using 2 or 3 more alphabet tiles that flip over, so students can race each other to create the most pairs of the same letters. Another game is the spelling bee difficulty level 3. The teacher calls out words for students to spelling out using the tiles. And for the game letter Lotto is difficulty 4 stars. So provide each student with a tile. The student need to think of as many words as possible, beginning with the given letter. And for the last game, a word builder, difficulty 4. So students has 5 tiles and brainstorm different words they would build with some or all 5 tiles. Paper may be provided for the student to record their words. So this is just some example you can get from our activity guide. And here are some example for the number tiles as well. For example, number recognition difficulty 1. Ask the student to identify the number when given a tile. Another game is called odd or even difficulty 2. Ask the student to sort the tile by odd or even numbers. For game sequence 8, difficulty 2, give the student 3 or more tiles and ask them to arrange the numbers from smallest to biggest. So for other examples of the number tiles, another game is called bingo, difficulty 2 stars. Hand out a few tiles to each student, call out the numbers from 1 to 26. The first student to have all the numbers yells bingo and wins. And one game is called greater than, less than, difficulty 2. Give students 3 or more tiles. The teacher prompts with greater than 3 or less than 10. So students hold up the tile that match with the criteria. Last example is simple addition or subtraction game. This is a pretty challenging game, is difficulty 4. So provide the students with 2 tiles and ask them to add or subtract the numbers together. All right, so here another poll question I would like to pass to Amanda.
Sure. So we're on our second poll question of this webinar. The question is, which reach and match product would be most useful in your setting? And the options are reach and match original kit, reach and match light, reach and match alphabet tiles, reach and match number tiles, or all of the above. And feel free to answer as many as you would like. You can choose multiple answers in this poll. Alrighty, I'm going to end the poll and tell you a little bit about the results, Mandy. So again, the question was, which reach and match product would be most useful in your setting? About 7% said that the reach and match original kit would be useful in their setting. About 30% said that the reach and match light would be useful in their setting. 26% said that the alphabet tiles would be useful. 22% said that the number tiles would be useful, and 52% that all of the above would be useful in their setting.
Thanks, Amanda. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to close the poll now. And I keep talking about, next I'm going to share about how reach and match can incorporating to the expanded core curriculum. So the reach and match, the 7 learning outcomes actually defined in a way which is also aligned with some of the critical areas in the ECC. So by addressing some critical development areas such as the sensory efficiency, literacy, numeracy, orientation, and mobility. So our lesson plans and activities also are designed to meet the ECC goals and these activities, they are also, you can also customize these activities in order to adapt into the individual students' needs. And now I just give you some more to be more in detail how which area that Reach and Match aligns with the ECC. So for first is the Braille and print literacy, especially the alphabet and number tiles, can help children to learn and recognize the letters through tactile and visual means. And it also important to help children develop their pre-Braille skills, and which is essential for reading and writing. And second, we use a lot in the orientation mobility with the O&M specialists for them to develop the spatial concepts, because the math and tiles can, in our activities, we help students to understand the spatial relationships and the directions and also movements. There's lots of activities we design in a way to teach children about the direction, like, for example, left, right, front, and back. And also the spatial concept, how children, when they navigating around the maps. And number three is the social interactions, because the game design in a way is collaborative. So there are group activities and games encourage children to have their social interaction. They need to cooperate with each other. They need to communicate and also develop teamwork as well. So this is really a good opportunity for students to develop these social interaction skills. And of course, they are very engaging and provides recreation and leisure opportunities for these students, and help them to enjoy it during the classroom sessions and also free play sessions. And for the sensory efficiency, this is the multi-sensory learning, so combining the tactile, auditory, and visual elements. So it helps students to enhance the sensory efficiency and integration. And lastly is about the functional academic skills. So it includes the cognitive and activities. For example, children can learn about the early math concepts such as sorting, matching, counting, sequencing, and memory training. And this can support the development of functional academic skills through the structural play. So based on these activities that we provide in our menu, and teachers, they often brainstorm so many other activities according the students' age and also their different profiles. And they are also share with practical examples, and we can use in the classroom and also in the therapy sessions. So for example, in the classroom, teachers can use the kits during the circle times, literary sessions, sensory exploration, and also part of the literacy and numeracy activities. And the therapists can incorporate these tools into the sensory integration sessions and also for personalized therapy plans. And the parents can also use these kits for homeschooling activities and also interactive learnings as well. And here's come to, is this our last poll questions or second last?
So this is our last poll question. So this is poll question number 3. This question I'm going to actually launch right now and read it as I launch it. So which specific skill area within the ECCs do you believe would be most helpful to your work? Select all that apply. So sensory efficiency, orientation and mobility, social interaction skills, literacy and numeracy, or all of the above. And we'll give them about a minute to answer, and then I will share the results with you. All right, I'm going to end the poll right now and share the results. So again, the question was, which specific skill areas within the ECCs do you believe would be most helpful to your work? And you could select as many as you would like. So in terms of results for this poll, 31% of people said sensory efficiency, 24% said orientation and mobility, social action skills was 10%, literacy and numeracy was 34%, and 52% said all of the above.
Cool. Thanks, Amanda. It's good to know the answers and how the participants think about how this can help their work. All right, so I would just like to provide you more examples about how the teachers and therapists use the reach and match in their settings. So previously, some of you may know about the education webinar that we organized with APH. It's called the Creative Learning to Meeting Educational and Therapy Goals Using the Reach and Match. And this webinar has provided lots of great examples how they creatively use the learning kits. And what I really like about is there was APH scholar Barbara Peterson and her education team share a wide range of applications, including in 4 areas, like in the early learning, orientation, mobility, physical therapy, and also occupational therapy. So they have invited the therapists to share about the examples, how they use at the home setting, in the school setting, and also in the clinic or therapy sessions as well. So it's really interesting to see there were almost about 20 short videos showing how students they use for different areas. And I would encourage you to check out this webinar. And it was great to hear from Barbara to share with us that the teacher, the students with visual impairment, the physical therapist, the occupational therapist, and O&M specialists can all use their own creativity to meet the specific goals that they set for their students. All right, so thank you so much for your time today. And here is my email. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me later after today's session. And you can also connect to us through social media as well. And I just wondering if anyone got any question. I'm also very happy to answer during this session too.
So at this time, Mandy, we have not had anybody drop any questions into the chat. Amanda, did you have any questions that you wanted to send?
Yeah, sure, for sure. So Mandy, so the first question that I have for you is, how adaptable is the Reach and Match activity guide for different users, such as teachers, therapists, parents? And can you provide some more examples?
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, thanks, Amanda, for your questions. So, so first of all, we see the Reach and Match program has been used for, first of all, is a wide range of age, like for students with wide range of age. For example, oops, how do I go to the last slide? So just give you examples like the webinar that we had with APH previously. You can see there's some young children, like a baby, like 2 years old. They're learning about like exploring and have a sensory exploration with the mat, and also learning about tactile skills. Up to some students on the right hand side, you can see the student about 10 years old developing their coordination, body concept, and O&M skills as well. So first of all, this is what we see. These two really flexible to suitable for a wide range of students with their age. And so the therapists and teachers, they can share to use these resources. And second, we're also seeing in different settings around, about, like, for example, free play, just let students, for example, with severe disabilities, they have limited mobility, they can explore with different body parts, like free play, and just let them to initiate like how they wanted to learn and move with their body to some more structural play, have game instructions and also learning outcome design for students as well. So we use in many settings, in both in special education, but also in mainstream settings for children with and without disabilities to use together. And also previously I mentioned in the activity manual that we provide different games. The teachers can see the difficulty levels ranging from 1 star to 5 stars. So the teachers can know about, okay, what this activity is suitable for their students and how they can adjust them, and also what are the learning outcomes they can select to apply in their curriculum, or therapists to design some personalized plan for their students as well. So this is the idea how this is adaptable in different settings.
Awesome. That's really helpful. So just in terms of some other questions that I have for you before we get into maybe some of the ones for the chat.
Yeah.
I wanted to know about how some of feedback from educators or children influence the evolution of reach and match. So feedback that you've gotten over time, feedback that you've gotten from the classroom settings.
Yeah, sure. So we receive lots of great feedback. First of all, if you can also actually check out some blogs which is posted in the APH. You can type reach and match, and in the search bar you can also see some blogs with some teachers' feedback in the blogs from the previous application. But also there were 2 webinars that we had with APH before. For example, this is the one, creative learning to meet the educational therapy goals with reach and match. And also there was one earlier that was showing, we invite the teachers from the US to share about, they gave lots of great testimonials for us as well. But on the other hand, we also actually work with lots of international organizations, such as UNICEF and Save the Children, in the past, and we also conduct a very thorough monitoring and evaluation. So that means to evaluate how this program implement in the area and how to help children to learn. So from our evaluation, it shows that the program help children to improve their school readiness in terms of help them to develop their literacy and numeracy skills, but also a massive increase among children with and without disabilities to play through our games. And we also have lots of case studies sharing about children with different disabilities. For example, children with cerebral palsy, with physical disabilities, also with developmental disabilities, how to help them to develop the number concept, counting concept, and also speaking skills. But on the other hand, we also work with organization therapists in New Zealand to help blind children, young blind children, to develop their orientation concept. So we have many examples. You can also check out the blogs in our website, which is reachandmatch.com. So you can see there are many examples with different organizations, how they share about our program.
Awesome.
Thanks for your questions.
Yeah, for sure. We also have a question from Michelle, and it kind of builds on what you were saying about going to the website, seeing some examples, but she wants to know if there's any videos available to see how the reach and match is used in a practical setting. Yes, that's thanks for asking these questions. Apologize for this webinar. I did not post any videos because in the previous webinar we have posted so many. So this one is more like I just focusing on like sharing about the new product.
So first of all, this it just like on this education webinar, there were 20 videos. So you can go to this webinar to see the videos that the application in the US is sharing. And also we have the YouTube channel as well. And in our YouTube channel, you can also see some videos that our partners they were using, and we have also have other YouTube videos showing children in different countries how they use as well. So I encourage you to check out this webinar. Inside it has over 20 videos, and also our channels, the YouTube channels, and perhaps I can share the link about that to Amanda. Maybe you can share with the audience afterwards.
Yep.
Mm,
We also have another question that asks, is there a
yeah.
link between the reach and match
Oh,
and integrating the skills with outer world environments?
yes. So when you say outer world environment, do you mean like in mainstream settings? Or
I mean, we can assume that that may be the case, but maybe they'd like to elaborate. Maybe
are you
outer
talking
world.
about outdoor, or what do you mean by outer world? So yes, so in lots of countries, for example, in the Philippines, in Thailand, in Hong Kong, we use in both special schools and also in mainstream schools. So because according to statistics, just like in Australia, at least 17% of in the mainstream classroom, there will be children with additional needs in the mainstream classroom. So in Hong Kong, is actually more than 17%, just give you some ideas. So for our learning kit, we use in the mainstream settings because where it has children with other disabilities or additional needs such as autism or social behavior. So we use that in the mainstream settings for social interactions, games, activities as well. So in early learning center like childcare, they do not really separate children with and without disabilities, and they are also used in the preschool settings as well.
Okay, so you can use that
Oh,
to, you can use that kit in the community to kind of integrate some of the skills that
yeah,
you're learning through the kit.
yes, yeah, yeah. We use in the public libraries in Australia. So we have the public library. So every child they can learn Braille in our libraries. So that is the communities, like public community settings.
Okay, awesome. And we have
Mm,
another question that asks, is the activity guidebook available in other languages that they can
yeah.
share with their dual language families?
Oh, that is a great question. So we have several languages available, such as due to our partnership, so we don't have all the languages available, but now we have the language in like in English, in German, in Thai, and in Indonesian. Um, I think also maybe in Swedish or in Fin. I think there's maybe another in Dutch. So I have to actually to check, but depends on the language. So we don't have all the language, but we have several language available. So yeah.
And that language is available in just the guidebook, or is the different languages available in the alphabet tiles or
It, yeah. No, it's just available in the guidebook, but not available in the tiles. So the tiles is the Unified English Braille for alphabet. So for the number tiles include the UEB and also Nemeth versions.
Okay. Yes, because we had
Yeah,
another question in the chat asking if the alphabet tiles are available in languages other than English, such
yeah.
as Spanish or French.
Yes, I'm so sorry. We don't have this option. We don't have this version because we have special schools in Finland. They also ask us this question, but we don't have the Braille in this other than the UEB, and they have actually making. I just brainstorm some idea to help them to make that adaptable to their language, but which is like really hands-on, like using the stickers. But for now, we really do not have this because it's really we use a lot of resources to build these tools, and this is what we can do for now.
Okay. And do you think
Yeah.
that you can share some success stories or case studies where Reach and Match has made a significant impact with us?
Yeah, sure. If anyone is interested, feel free to email me. I'm happy to share some case studies and reports. And in our website, it also share about organizations, special schools, or education leaders. They share some testimonials with us on our webpage. You can check that as well. But we previously, for example, we have a project with UNICEF to support different provinces, special schools in different provinces. I also have the chance to travel to Papua New Guinea to train teachers who are blind, and he was so empowered to receive our training, so they can teach with the students with vision impairment. So according to some evaluation, we also received that the students how they improve their school readiness in terms of the 7 learning outcomes that we provide. So that's the area that we measure from different time frame, like from the baseline, midline, and end line, and how they can they help them to develop these language skills, but also fine motor skills, gross motor skills, cognitive learning as well. So yeah, so we also have written several blogs in our webpage. We can share about that as well. But also there's some interesting example. We see students with dyslexia, they also found these tools is really useful to help them to develop the memory for the alphabet, because I believe there is association between the body movement and also memory, because the student, they've been sitting and trying to memorize for a long time. It was not successful, but they're using the Reach and Match because they move a lot, and they playing and putting the tiles in the order and playing with the mats, and that is help them to speed up like the way to memorize the alphabet. So that is some interesting finding that we receive. But also at the same time, we also see how children with Down syndrome they develop the cognitive learnings using our activities as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear. That's really, really great to hear. The last question that I have for you kind of has to do with something that you touched on before about how you had traveled to do a little bit of training in Papua New Guinea. But I was wondering, what kind of training or resources do you have for educators or teachers who want to implement Reach and Match in their classroom setting?
Yeah. So first of all, we have the activity guide, which is really easy for all the teachers. They can just really hands-on resources to use with the learning kits. We put into the round bag so teachers can share among other classes. And also we have the program videos. So we have the over 40 activities, and also including the lessons plans as well. So the videos has the simple instructions, also learning outcomes, teachers strategies, additional ideas. So the teachers can use too. So for the online training, we do some online training with Zoom, like through Zoom, but also in-person training is also available. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I don't see any more questions in the chat. If you guys have any more, Mandy had her contact information on the screen, so you guys can feel free to email her directly. Jim just posted the learning kit into the chat, so you guys can also visit that link to see that. As it was answered before, the light kit will be available in October, and the numeracy tiles will be available later this month through APH. So if you guys want to purchase them, you can go to aph.org and search the products. So with no more questions in the chat as of this time, I want to thank you, Mandy, for coming today and telling us a little bit more about Reach and Match. It was like really insightful and a really great experience to learn about a great product. I'm going to share the closing code now, so we will stop. Mandy, thanks again for joining us today. It was really great having you here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and contact her directly, or you can contact us and we can connect you to Mandy as well. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your evening if you're in the US, and a great rest of your day if you guys are elsewhere. So enjoy the
Thanks
rest of
so
your day.
much. Thanks so much, Amanda and Jim. And so lovely to meet everyone here and look forward to catching up with you again. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mandy. Bye.
Bye, Mandy. Thanks.
Thanks.